Welcome to Ngozi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Welcome to Ngozi Talk Shows, everyone. My name is Nomsa Clara. I am the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Ngozi Talk Shows. So I'm on my own today, and I am your love harmonist. And today's topic basically is how to manage the differences in your relationship. So basically, to manage differences in a relationship, you have to think a relationship is like a dance. So when you go on stage with your spouse, you both are wearing different clothes. Your spouse, a male, is wearing male's clothes, and a woman, she's wearing a female outfit. And then there is a song in that dance that has been chosen specific for that dance. And that song is heading to the same direction where the dance ends. There is a part in that song that is going to direct the dance. You're both dancing the same dance, but you're both wearing different outfit. You both know the vision where you're going, where the dance ends. When the music plays, the happiness comes. When the music plays, the harmonies, the happiness comes. You smile at each other. You dance at each other. You smile and you look at each other. But you both know that we are going to the same direction. That's what the relationship is about. You have to learn to manage, basically to manage your differences by knowing we have the same vision. You have to have the same vision. A male has to be a man who has a vision for his family. If you are a man who wants to have children, you have to have a vision how you're gonna basically look after your children and look after your missus and look after and be a teacher to those kids and be an architect to those kids. It comes with a vision. The woman enters a relationship with a vision. She knows where she's heading. She knows her future. She's a mentor. She's a provider. A man is a provider. They both know exactly where they're going. They both know the future. But the mind is different. The head, is the symbol of your destiny. You both are different. So you've got to understand your mindset. You have to understand. You can't say, I'm going to meet somebody. I'm going to meet a man. I'm going to meet a woman. And then in that process, you try to make it maybe to change the other person. Can you imagine the frustration? Can you imagine if somebody, I'm basically right now, I'm building Ngozi Talk Shows, building Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. Somebody enters my life and tells me that I can't go that way. Can you imagine the frustration, the depression? Can you imagine the pain that I'll go through? So the relationship is like a dance. You both dancing the same song. When you get on stage, you both dancing the same song. And it's like a music. You both dancing the same song, and you both, like, maybe they choose the dance for you and they give you um one of the dances. Either you're doing maybe tap, you're doing like a ballroom dance, they choose a piece for you, they choose a song for you, and they say, okay, you both standing there, getting on stage. When you both standing there, you have a vision, you have the same vision. The vision is, we want to finish first. We want to succeed. We are not just here on stage just to dance. You want to succeed. So you both, as couples, both couples have to have a vision. As long as you have a vision and you know you're dreaming together, you need to stay focused, not trying to change your spouse and say, okay, I want you to get me. I want you to do this for me. I love doing this and I want you to love it. It's never going to work. You can share your dreams with your lover. You can share your character. You can share your image with your lover, but they cannot behave like you. They cannot. Basically, they can celebrate you. When you succeed, when you go and basically do what you do and you come home, their job is to listen and celebrate you. And your job is to listen to your spouse and celebrate your spouse. Not trying to say, okay, I want you to think like me. I want you to behave like me. As long as you're on the same path. The reason why I use dance as an example for differences in a relationship. When you are doing the dance, when you get on that stage, you're both going on the same path, which is the ending. You want to end beautifully. You want to end that dance beautifully. Even if you are writing a song, you write a song, you have to basically imagine the harmonies. Bring those harmonies together. How would this song sound when let's say different people, alto, soprano, and they're both coming together with tenors, everything, different part. They're both singing the different part. How will it sound when all these harmonies are put together? That's why I call myself a love harmonist, because I teach my clients to harmonize their desires, to harmonize their values, so they can connect their values, connect their beliefs with the person that they are selecting. So when you put all these harmonies together, you put everything together, one thing that comes out, a beautiful song. That song, it can only come as one. There's no two different songs. It comes as one. The ending of the song, when the alto starts, the tenors, the soprano, when they start, they both start the song. Different harmonizes, different pitch, different stages of the song, but it all ends the same way. It all ends with success, with people clapping, which is the result of the marriage. So a relationship has to end with the results of success, even if two people are different. There are some differences that can destroy a relationship. Like myself, I'm a Christian. My spouse is not a Christian. But I'm not trying to convert him to become a Christian. I'm happy he's a lovely guy. I'm happy that he says, Nomsa, pray for me. He says, I ask God one day, hope that he will have a relationship with God within. So that's what I pray for. I don't pray for God to change the man. I pray for God to come into his life and touch him, and God give him blessings the same way that he'll give me blessings. I pray to God to basically direct him to the right direction, so he can, when he set up his goals, so he can set up the goals that he wants and succeed in those goals. So God can direct him to the path where he needs to go and hold his hand. That's what I pray for. I don't pray to God and say, oh God, I want you to change my man to become the person that I am. Oh no, hell no. He can never become the person that I am. I love football. He loves the game. When it comes to me, he talks about the games. I talk about football. I love different things. He loves different things. But those the things that we love is very exciting. We love some things that we love doing together. We go out together. We love dancing together. We love doing things together. We love spending time with our families together. So many things we love doing together, and so many different things that we love doing uh, things together. But we both have the same vision. Hi, partner. How are you? How is India? I wonder what time is it there where you are, girl? So we both have basically we both have the same vision, but the goals are different. He has different goals and I have different goals, but our ending is the same. We both want to succeed. We both want to have a good life. We both not lazy people. We work very, very hard. So, and we plan things. When we plan things, basically, that means we accept our differences in our relationship. I accept him that he's different, and he accepts me that is different. And there are so many things that we both love, and there are things that he loves to do, and there are things that I love to do, but we are on the same page. We both know that we are harmonizing in this relationship. We are not the same. So we are harmonizing the music, and that music it comes so beautiful. Do we fight? Oh hell yes, we do. But we fight with grace. We fight uh anyone who is watching, please feel free to actually type and let me know how you're managing the differences in your relationship, because it is nice to hear someone else how they're able to manage their relationship with their spouse. So it's basically, we know in a relationship that you don't have to act like your spouse. You don't have to. You don't have to behave like each other. And the relationship has to allow differences. Oh, you are in Mumbai. All ears is a very, yes, it is a very, it's a very, very beautiful topic, and it's a topic that basically that destroys relationship, because if you don't know how to manage the differences in your relationship, basically your relationship will die. You go to a stage of frustration, and basically, I've seen my friends, I've seen people going into a stage, beginning of excitement, because at that moment they are accepting each other's differences and they're dating each other. It's amazing, and they are talking to each other, they're telling each other stories, and they go and do things that they're like, when they go on dates, it is like the men will be like, oh, today I can't make it, I'm going out with my friends, we're going to do this, and that becomes an exciting conversation. But then a few years later, they move in together, and those things change, because if uh, if um, if a man is driven, really, really, really driven, because there is no way that two people can be the same when they are meeting each other. If a man is driven, obviously a woman will be driven, and a man is driven. There is no way that a man will select somebody. If they're driven, they will select somebody who is driven, who is not driven. So if a man, or let's say a woman is driven, more driven, and a man is driven, but more like that, And what happens is the woman who is more driven, if they don't understand the differences in a relationship, how to manage the differences, the person that is more driven will end up being frustrated because they want the other person to be more driven like them. They want them to act like them. They want them to do the things that they do and to think like them. And then they'll go to a frustration stage where a man or a woman becomes so frustrated that I can't put up with this. She is not driven or he is not driven. He's driven, but not as much as I would like her to be. But what they don't understand is if a man is driven and a woman is more driven, they're both driven, that means they will live in a separate airport. The reason why I'm saying they will live in separate airport is because that one is more driven, that one is more driven. So that means that one is going traveling and that one is going traveling, and that means they will never be together. And but if the other person is driven and the other one can be a mentor, is more laid back, it makes the relationship more exciting because it means they're both driven but not more like each other. But there is somebody who is laid back, and the person that is more laid back gives the balance to a relationship. For they're driving the relationship, because this one that is driven, basically they get more excited by creating more goals, success, but this one has to bring them back, come back, come back, focus, and they just relax. Relationship, that means we are both heading the same way. So the mentor mentors the other person to help the other person stay focused. But if they're both driven, that means there's a lot that's going to be going on in that relationship. So that's why it's important to embrace the differences. Because if both is driven, it means I'm married to my twin sister. So the relationship is not going to work. If I'm married to somebody who thinks like me, who acts like me, who dress up like me, who loves the things that I do, it's not going to work. So it's very, very important to actually basically learn to manage the differences. The differences is opposite. Anything opposite is attraction. It brings attraction. Anything opposite. The man is opposite to me. I look at men, they're attractive because they are opposite. So any differences that a man has to a woman got to be exciting. They got to be It's got to be exciting when you look at that man, when they tell you their dreams, when they tell you what they've been doing. It is got to bring the excitement, because if you're both thinking the same, and then you go home, honey, getting excited, and he goes, oh, I do the same. It's boring. So dreaming, having focus, like having dreams, like creating different goals, going to the same path, it is good. For those who thought that a man or their woman, their queen has to think like them, has to act like them, they have to basically, you have to understand that this person that you get married, there is loss to a human being. That being, the words being is powerful. This person comes from a different bloodline. A different bloodline, that is amazing. That is individual. And when they come from a different bloodline, that means their being is very, very important. It means they will never think like you. and they will never act like you because they were created by a different blood. So you've got to understand those are the things that we don't look at. We don't look at them. They don't make sense, but they do. You've got to understand that when you meet somebody, when you say, okay, I'm looking for a man and I'm looking for a woman, you got to look at this. The differences, the values. Culture might be different as well. If you're coming from a different culture, I come from a different culture with my spouse, but I have had to learn his culture basically to understand um, how his culture work. And I love fish and chips. Having fish and chips, having Sunday roast. I love it. It's the culture that I love. So you get to know someone, you get to know their culture, and you get to basically you get to love. When you get to know someone, somebody doesn't have to say, okay, I want you to think like me. I want you to act like me. You basically have to create your life how you want to become, who you want to become in that relationship being. So you have to continue being you, continue creating the life that you want. As long as you both have the same vision and going the same path, same direction, and the ending is success. Yes, there's gonna be problems in a relationship. Everyone expected to have problems in a relationship because these are two people that are together now. And when these two people are together, but the mindset is the critical component, and the and learning how to manage your relationship as well is the critical component for you to get to the after you get married to get to um, the destination. The destination doesn't end. When people enter a relationship together, the destination is always amazing because these are two people who were created by two different women and different men, and they come together. You're learning of each other, who this person is becoming. Basically, when you enter a relationship, you're gonna grow. You're not gonna stay the same. So the other person, a woman, is gonna help you to grow by mentoring you. Because if a man is an architect, that means the woman's job is to mentor you, to listen to your dreams, to listen to your vision and make that vision come to reality. You sit down and then you talk about this dream that you have, and embracing those different differences and aspiration. But you don't have to have the same dreams. So that's why two people get together knowing that, yes, listening to the vision. Basically, when a woman meets a man, they want to know the man's vision. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? A man is going to describe his vision, and a woman is going to now start looking at her vision. Does my vision match with this person? Or if you're going on a date and somebody says, like, let's say you want to have children and somebody doesn't want to have children. So you have to basically say, oh, we are not heading the same direction. So that would be a no. But if you both want to have children and you both have this vision in your head, that basically is different, but you are heading in the same direction in the results, what you're looking for, you are looking for the success, you are looking for basically to get the same results. Somebody who is driven, somebody who basically um who likes to if you are that person who basically likes to grow, you like to develop yourself, you like to right now, I'm at Ngozi talk shows, Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. I like to grow. I don't like to be um spend time basically gossiping with people and uh, What else am I doing? A feeling sorry club. I don't do those things. I like to spend my time. I like to spend my time doing something that is helping me to grow, or something that is going to help somebody else to grow. Or basically, I like to spend time with God. So those are the time. That's how I spend time with myself. I spend time with God. I spend time meditating. I spend time basically working on myself within, and trying to basically to work out how I can grow within, how I can bring out the best in me, and also bring out the best in other people by helping them, because I basically have people that are helping me in my life. So I have to, by those people that are helping me, that gives me the opportunity basically to help others. So that's what the relationship is about. And knowing basically, when if you don't know, basically what happens is, if you and your spouse feel that you are not on the same page, so what you do is you have to sit down with your spouse and discuss the future together. If you feel that you're not on the same page, discuss the future together. You need to go back to when you met, because the reason why you ended up together, there was something that connected you. There was something special that made you select that person. So you need to go back. When you selected this person, what did they tell you? What did they want? Their vision. Did they have a vision, or did you just selected them just because they're exciting? You selected them because they're tall, blue eyes. You selected them because they have a nice body. There are some men, it's simple. They will select a woman because he has a nice bump. He has a nice boobies. Nothing else. You have a nice bump. They look at you and they're like, "Oh my God, I would love to get to know her." Anything else, it doesn't matter. So you have to go back to your dreams. You have to go back to your dreams when you guys met, and basically discuss the future and see whether you still both want, you still want the same thing, and then define that those goals together. And once you basically uh, make sure that you basically know each other's friends and family, spending time together with families and friends, and what else, and then understand that your needs and your spouse's needs are different. Your needs can never match their needs. So you just have to, you are there basically with that person to help them grow, to bring out the best out of that person. You are there, a man basically is there as an architect. A man is there as a provider. A man provides for his family. A woman provides for her family as well. And a woman, she's a mentor to her spouse. Um, and you both, there's all different roles. So you've got to understand your role as a woman. You've got to understand your role as a man in that relationship. And once you understand your roles, because your roles are different, so it will help you to actually meet the other person's needs. It's meeting somebody's needs. You have to accept people for who they are. And because that person was created by a different mother, so they were raised different. And their being is very, 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 very important. And knowing that this person will never think like me, and this person will never act like me. So it's very, very, very important. And I always I always explain to people when somebody comes to me and when somebody comes to me and say, oh, I have a problem with my spouse, they don't get me. So I'm like, why don't they get you? So then it is when you are actually talking to that person in the process, you find that that person, they want their spouse to actually understand who they are by their spouse doing the things that they do. So they want their spouse to actually come and do the things that they do. If it's like I like going to the gym, so I want my spouse to understand me, what it means to me to go to the gym, what it means to me for him to come with me to the gym. But that's not meeting somebody else's needs. When you basically, it's like mostly men. It's like when you ask them who are in a relationship, why are you doing this? They're like, I'm doing this for my wife because she wants it. So I want to make sure she's happy. I'm like, what now? Yeah, I want to make sure she's happy. So I'm not sure whether it's the right thing to do when you do things just because you want to make somebody happy. I'm not sure. So I'm like, if I want to do something in the house, or let's say I want to buy something, or if I ask the kids and ask their dad if it's okay, do they like it? If I lose the vote, I don't try to fight or say you guys don't understand or you guys don't get me and stuff. I just leave it. And then one day, if it makes sense, one day somebody will say, oh, do you remember you said this and this? So can we basically look into it? I think it's a good idea. I've thought about it, been thinking about it. I think it's a good idea. So when somebody thinks it's a good idea, if it's a good idea, then that means you guys will do it together, not because you're pushing somebody to become you. Let's go to the gym, honey, because I love going to the gym. And he goes, I actually don't like going to the gym. I like going running. I don't like going to the gym, by the way. So if somebody was to drag me to go to the gym, but somebody does, my partner that loves going to the gym, he loves the gym, he loves the weights, he loves this. But for me, I don't. I do have weights at home, I use it, but when I want to, not because I'm being pushed to love the gym. No. So that's how the relationship, I'm embracing the differences in that relationship. And my spouse, the things that they love to do, some of the things I love doing them as well. And he loves playing games. I don't. But when he talks about the games, I listen. Even if I don't understand the language of game language, I listen and I ask questions because this is the person that I'm dating. So when you are dating somebody, it's okay to actually sit down and listen to whatever they are telling you, their achievement. That's when you have to celebrate them when they're telling you that, oh, by the way, I've achieved this. Or I went to the gym for the whole week this week and I'm really, really proud of myself. And I worked really, really hard in this. My job is to listen, not to be like, okay, Nomsa, I'm going to drag you to the gym with me. You've got to come with me because I love going to the gym. No, it doesn't work like that. So it is okay. My spouse loves going to the gym. I love going running. And so many things. We love to dance together. He loves music. I love music. There's so many different things. But hey, I don't know what is the number. What does the number mean? So it doesn't mean to be a phone number. So basically, you have to having different goals. It helps you because when you achieve those goals, you'll be able to actually celebrate each other. And it brings a happiness to your life, because when you both have these goals that are different, you both have different goals, and then you both come home and the other person has succeeded in their goals, and the conversation is exciting, and you both have something to talk about. So for me, basically, I don't want my spouse to think the same. And if I wanted him to think the same, do you know what I think in the day? I basically have paper. I always have this with me. I always have this paper like this. There's everywhere, every corner of the house. That one, that corner, I'm always writing. In the kitchen, they are complaining, but they can put up with it anyway. In the kitchen, is there anything in the living room? Let me think. Yes, under the sofa. Is that? It means when I think, next to the bed. So when I think, I write. I don't want my spouse to think like that. So that's what life is about. So when I think, if I think of something that is helping me with my business or anything that helps with the children, I just write it down. So that's what my life. That's how I live my life. So everyone mourns in every room they mourn. They say I take over their space, but I don't. That's who I am. So I just have to make sure that I tidy up my paperwork and stuff. So, and those are the differences. That is something that I love to do. It's something that gives me uh, I know that we're heading, whatever I do, I always know that me and my spouse, we are heading the same direction. We both want to succeed, and we both want our children to have this life the life that they want, good education. We want them to basically to know that you have to be creative in life. So we both heading the same direction, but our goals are different. Our visions are different. He has his own vision. I have my own vision, but the direction, our creativity, we meet in the same path. Like when we dance, we are dancing the same song. We are wearing different clothes. We are excited about where we're going, where the dance is ending. We feel strong with each other, and that feeling of dancing, the feeling inside, the connection inside, you got to keep it, that connection. How do you keep the connection, the feeling, the excitement? It's you have to stop trying to change your spouse. Let it be. Let them be. Their being is amazing. Their true authenticity is amazing. That person, their image is amazing. So you don't have to change them. And that is the most exciting thing that anyone can have. It's a gift. When you let somebody be, if that person they feel stronger and they're driven, and you just have to be their mentor, bring them to the right direction, but you have to be driven as well. So it's two different mindset, and those two different mindset, what happens when you meet friends? We go for business events because we know that we are learning from each other. So that's what relationship is about. But sometimes we try to complicate things with relationship by wanting that person to be us. There are some don't get me wrong, there are some things that can destroy a relationship. There are differences that can destroy a relationship, but it all comes down to selection. How you selected that person. Why did you select them? Because for you to be able to select somebody and say, I want you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, even though I don't know what's going to happen in that journey. But I want you to spend the rest of your life with me because I love you. I love your company. I want to share this love that I have discovered within me. I want to share my future with you. I want to share. I want us to have kids, or I don't want to have children, depending with whatever path you are taking. But if that person says you want to have children and they don't want to have children, so that means you can't date each other. So everything comes down to how you guys met, how you guys selected each other. So that means you selected that person from the beginning. Is whatever their path, they are going the same path that you're going. You cannot be a driven person and then meet a lazy person and say, I'm gonna date this lazy person who hasn't got goals or who hasn't got dreams just because they have nice boobs, they have nice bum, or just because this man looks really, really amazing, he is so handsome. I cannot keep my eyes. You have to keep your eyes on the good looking guys. Ask questions. So that's why it's very, very, very important. When you meet somebody and they are good looking, don't be blinded by the looks. Ask questions. Where are you heading? Are we heading the same direction? Can I actually take this person, hold the person's hand and introduce them to my parents? Will they communicate with my parents? Will they respect my parents? So that's all you need. Selection. Select the right person, not just because this person is amazing, they are good looking. When they speak, I just wanna hold them. We've all been there. We all been on a date where you meet somebody who is good looking, but they have no dreams, they have no goals, they have nothing. They just they're happy for the way they are. So the fact that you selected that person, that means it's a good start. You know where this person is heading. So if anything happens, you go to a frustration stage in your relationship. That's when you're gonna have to bring yourself back to actually maybe get a coach to understand that whatever opposite attracts, opposite attracts. So if the other person likes different things, and if you are somebody, your values, family values, if you are someone who values family a lot, don't date somebody who doesn't value family. When you speak to somebody and they tell you that I basically don't spend time with my family, I don't think that I should spend time with them, or whatever way, whatever. So, and you know that you basically you value your family and you value the things that you value a lot. So you have to, because that will show up in a relationship and cause problems in a relationship. So as long as you like different things and your values and beliefs might be different. Somebody might love politics. Somebody might like different things. So that's when the excitement comes in. When you fall in love with someone, it means you enter the spirit of love. You get to know their world. You get to know their past, basically. You get to know their past. They tell you their past. Then you relate to that person's past. That is a connection. When you start relating to somebody in a relationship, you're connecting with that person. So that means that you're both connecting, because he tells you the past, she tells you the past. You listen, you evaluate it, then you enter, you relate to them, sympathize, connection. Once you connect with each other, that means I get you. that means I want to share my life with you. And if that person likes different things, it means I get you. I get the things that you love, but I want to know more. Why do you love the things that you love? Tell me more. Let me understand you. Let me understand you. Why do you love things that you love? Maybe let's say they're into politics. Instead of saying, I don't like politics, I can't stand it. Okay, honey, why do you love politics? There is a story behind it. Everything that, whatever somebody loves, there is a story behind it. So you just have to basically be that person that listens to the story, and then you basically connect it to that story. And that story, and basically you get inspired by the story, and that enters the connection of whatever that person likes, and you understand. Now you understand the differences, you understand the things that they love to do and why they love the things that they love to do, their values, their beliefs. And it's so exciting that both of you and they do the same with you, to understand that my spouse loves this. Why do they love doing the things that they love to do? So it becomes a story that creates a connection, a beautiful, it becomes, it's like when you're writing a song, you write a song, you imagine the audience that are going to listen to that song. You imagine the people that are going to harmonize your song if you are the main leader to actually sing that song. You imagine the harmonies. So that's what a relationship is about. Relationship is about two people from different background, um, getting into this beautiful song. They are both writing these harmonies. Both writing a song, harmonizing the song, and the other person is harmonizing the song. But you both know that there is an ending. You want the same ending, which is a beautiful song that is mixed, that is um, that is going to be sung by different people, but the ending is going to be beautiful and people will clap for that song. So that's what relationship is about. It's about understanding other person's needs, desires, and be able to be there for them and help them to actually fulfill those needs by helping them to become who they want to become. We're going to dance. Okay, come honey, take me. And when he takes you, he looks at you. He says, I'm a man. He doesn't say, I want to be a woman. He becomes a man. In that song, he grows because the steps, they'll get harder, harder and harder. And for a woman, the steps will get harder and harder. But they look at each other. They say, I have your back. And when a woman is wearing high heels in that dance, that is a relationship. A woman tries to fall, a man is there to catch his queen, to catch his queen. And the woman is there to say to the king, I have you, I have your back. Regard whatever is going on, I have you. So the man knows when he look at the woman's eyes, he knows she has my back. That's the relationship. Those are the differences. That when a man tells you about their goals, about their desires, you look at them in the eye, you tell them, even if you're scared, even if you're not sure, but you look at them, you say, I know you can do this. I know you can do this. You support them. You support them even if they want to go and watch the football, and you look at them and say, you're going to win, honey. Just go. And I want to hear all about it. You don't scream. Relationship it has challenges. So many challenges that you can face. And that's why I've chose to use the dance, because I know when you dance, there is a chance that you might fall. There is a chance that a man can forget the steps of the dance. But when you are dancing with a good woman, she's not going to embarrass you and let everyone know that you forgot the dance. She will hold you, look at you in the eye and say, honey, we've got this. When a woman is about to fall, she will look at her, he will look at her and say, honey, we've got this. We've got this. We're two different people dancing the same song, harmonizing, listening to the harmonies. Hey, honey, harmonizing the same harmonies, but they're different. Is alto, is soprano, is basically the lead. We are harmonizing this, but we are heading in the same direction. We want the same results. We want to build a good foundation in this relationship. We're not building it for people to show off. No, we are building it because when you build something that has tears, something that has sweat, that's what a relationship is about. So it's about dance. You think about dance. Next time you tell your wife to think like you, to act like you, think about what Nomsa Clara said is the dance. We are going in the same direction, dancing the steps, listening to every beat of the song, step by step. Yes, it makes us happy because when you are in a good relationship with a partner, you are happy. You make yourself happy, and that relationship brings more happiness to you. But when you try to change somebody, that happiness is stripped away from you. So you just have to just remember, Nomsa Clara said, let's dance together. When I fall, he is there to catch me. Falling means problems. When the problems comes, you look at your spouse and say, I've got you. I've got this. Regardless of whatever is going on, I've got you. The differences will take us to where we need to go. The differences, even when we get married, we're not going to stay in that relationship and being lazy. We have to remember where we're going. So then you keep dancing together, you keep falling together, you keep picking each other up. That's what relationship is about. So that is me for today, guys. And what do I leave with? What do I leave with today? Basically, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. If you are in a relationship, learn to manage your basically your differences in a relationship, because if you don't know how to manage the differences, your relationship, you're gonna go to a stage of frustration, and after the stage of frustration, and there's gonna be a stage where the disconnection. After the stage of the disconnection, and the relationship is dead. So, but if you know how to manage it, once you are in that stage of frustration, you'll be able to bring each other back and remember why you are together and keep learning the dance. That song, I call myself a love harmonist. I'm a matchmaker, but I call myself a love harmonist because what I do is I don't tell people what they want to hear. I don't tell my clients that, okay, you give me money, you're going to live happily ever after. I don't. I have coaches. I tell them, you pay me this money, you go to that coach, you go to that coach. If you say, okay, no, I'm fine, I don't want no coaching, I've got all figured it out, it's fine. But the divorce is going to cost you. When you select the wrong person, if you have money, you select the wrong person, the divorce is going to cost you. even if you select the right person, you still need to stay in contact with Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency or somebody else, a different coach, to make sure that basically you grow each and every day. So that's what I tell my clients. I don't tell them, oh, I'm going to make you very happy. You find this person and everything is going to fall into pieces. You still have to learn to dance. You still have to grow. You still have to learn to manage the conflict. You still have to learn to basically, as a man is an architect, a woman is a mentor. A man basically is a provider, a woman is a provider. So you still need to learn when you are in a relationship, you still need to know your roles in that relationship. There are so many things that you have to learn. Once you know your roles, you know you are managing your differences, you learn how to manage your differences, you can dance together. And when you fall, you can keep creating your harmonies, your music, your dance until you go to the end of the dance. Basically, the end is when you die. God bless you, everyone. If you are watching Ngozi Talk Shows, you are watching later, please do, can you subscribe to our YouTube channel and other social media platform, please, and follow us on social media. And if you are somebody basically who's basically looking to find their own voice and lead from within, get in touch with the coaches at Ngozi Talk Shows. There's lots of there are all coaches at Ngozi Talk Shows from all walks of life, and they've gone through challenges themselves to be where they are today. So you can get in touch with them, a free consultation, and just enjoy finding your own voice and leading from within and managing the differences in your relationship. If you simply want to work with me, you can actually work with me. It's fine. Just, or you can hire all these coaches all in one go. There's a package where you can actually hire all the coaches at the same time, so you can spend the day with them or take them on a vacation with them. You go on a vacation with them and they teach you what they know. So can you imagine? Love, Nomsa, spending time with Nomsa, spending time with the grieving coach, spending time with the writing facilitators, spending time with all different coaches from all walks of life. So that's what we do at Ngozi Talk Shows. And if you are looking for love, if you are single, you can go at Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, the website, and just join, and we'll get back to you and see if we get along. Then we can see what we can do. God bless and live with grace, everyone. Bye, partner.